Okay, so good evening. Welcome to this day 3 of chapter 2. So let us say good evening to, so the e-chocolate goes to Komal, then Darshan, Kriti, Diksha, Harshit, Rajiv Kumar Singh, Manisha and Ritika. So, okay, so just have 10 seconds to ask any questions from the last discussion we had. Okay. Good evening, Sunil. Yeah. So let us continue on the chapter we talked about. We are into chapter 2. Okay. Financial and accounting systems. And we were here, the integration of the financial system to the accounting system. So we'll start the detailed discussion. Any queries you have, kindly do ask. Yeah. So this is where we were day before. Okay. So we have Swati and Madhuri also. And Dikshita. Great. Now, so let us have a fast recall. Financial accounting, controlling, sales and distribution, human resource, production planning, materials management, quality management, plant maintenance, project system, supply chain, customer relationship management. These are all general set of ERP modules. So general modules you find in an ERP system. So today what we shall be talking about, how they are integrated, how they work together. So let us start. These are the modules. Now, so what we'll be doing, we'll be reading through. Then for each module, I'll allow you, or you can ask, or we can learn something more from you. So just as we discuss through, I may be asking questions regarding how more integration can be done in this module, or what additional modules can be integrated. So just keep a tag of all that thing. Yeah. Now, so what this module does, so the module tracks flow of financial data across organization in a controlled manner and integrating all information for effective decision making. Creation of organizational structure, defining company codes, business area, functional area, credit control, assignment of codes to credit, then settings, say fiscal year. Yeah, this is important. Say, kindly try to understand the relevance of these terminologies as they appear here. Uh, say today we talked about like Indian multinational corporation, Indian companies which have their businesses across the world. So it is in Europe, UK, Africa, South America, North America, Australia, all we have global Indian MNCs. Now, what is the issue? Issue is that, say, for example, in India, for legal purposes, for accounting, taxation purposes, we have financial year that is from April to March. But say in US, their financial year is their calendar year. So they have January to December calendar year as financial year. So they get their audit done for this calendar year itself. And they have SEC, Security Exchange Commission. We have SEBI. So they have to make filing to their stock exchanges. We have to, our companies registered in India, operating in India, listed on Indian stock exchanges have to do filing in Indian stock exchanges. So a multinational corporation working like that, so it must be able to define. So global setting, maintenance of fiscal year. So they need to maintain fiscal year based on the specific country where the operations are there, because local law compliance still has to be done. So this is how it is working. Then defining the document types, we have talked about the number categories of vouchers, posting keys, how you post that transaction. Then range of document. Range means from what number till what number, you can always predefine. So that keeps a track of things. So this is how global settings would be done in financial accounting module. Then you have this general ledger accounting. So chart of accounts, I think this word you are all familiar with. Most of you have already are using Tally. You probably have been trained on the accounting system during your computer training. So chart of accounts, then the grouping of those charts, defining the data transfer rule, how an entry or how an amount is going to be transferred from A account to B account, or say, from example, you want to change the ledger group, or the group, say, from sundry debtors you want to transfer it to advances. So what is the way, what is the rule for doing that? Then creation of GL account. So this is all these definitions are given in financial accounting module. Then next very important aspect is tax configuration. We are all in now GST regime. So we have indirect tax in form of GST, customs still being there. Then you have in direct taxation, income tax, and other related taxation. So you need to create proper configuration for these also. Then creation and maintenance of bank, how those banks are going to operate through. So all these aspects have to be looked into. Then within a financial accounting module, you define ARAP. So just for the sake of understanding, because the topic has come again, I did ask you a question that have you all read through the concept of general ledger and subsidiary ledger? So some of you said yes, many of you did say no. So now we need to understand, see, what is this whole idea? So general ledger is the ledger at the top, and all ledgers below it will be subsidiary ledgers. So your debtors are not going to reside in general ledger. Your debtor is going to reside in the account receivable subsidiary ledger. So those are SL. So here at the top, you have this general ledger, and below those general ledgers, you have subsidiary ledgers. So you have ledgers for account receivable, ledgers for account payable. These are below the general ledger. So here is the GL, and then you have the subsidiary ledgers. Suppose there's a question comes that a specific debtor is going to reside in which ledger. So specific debtor will be part of the account receivable sub ledger. So it is going to reside in AR ledger. Okay. So it helps, this whole idea about GLSL allows good control in accounting system. So that ledger definitions have to be done properly. Then you have fixed assets, ledgers, specific GL accounts, cash management system. Then vendor master, vendor related financial attributes. We have already talked about it during our opening discussion. It was part of chapter 1 as well as in this chapter also we talked about this. Then AR, account receivable, creation of customer master data, customer related finance attributes like account groups and payment terms. Asset accounting, a very, very important aspect. Those you must have studied during the course of accounting, auditing, those who are going there to their office for articleship. Asset accounting, the first point of CARO is regarding assets, the documentation of assets, the tagging of assets. So how asset accounting is being done. Then integration of financial accounting module with sales and distribution and materials management. So we'll try to we'll try to create examples what the integration is basically going to work through. So here is the finance accounting module, and here is your sales and distribution module. So how they are going to work in an integrated manner, how they are going to work through. So when you see the sales and distribution module and linking it to finance module, the integration could be in terms of, say, for example, you as a company accept customer orders when customers have given advance payment. So this creates an integration that only when advance payment is there, then only sales will be or items will be dispatched. That is one aspect. So but it's a general credit period is allowed. So why finance and accounting module integration is needed? Say, for example, the sales are going to dispatch a new order to a customer. So before they dispatch a new order, they need a confirmation from finance and accounts whether the old dues from the customer has been settled or not. So this is one way of looking at it. So you have sales and distribution working with finance and accounts. Then linking it to materials management. So finance account linked to materials management. We have talked about what are the fields that you are going to create in materials management. Say the reorder level, my maximum level, minimum level. So whenever order is going to be placed, so when you through materials management, you release a purchase order. So finance account has to be linked. Say, for example, the vendor to whom you are placing your purchase order, the vendor seeks, say, advance payment. So vendor is going to seek advance payment. That means vendor is going to seek advance payment. That means that linking with finance module is needed again. So integration with sales distribution and materials management. Now a question to you. So we have talked about integrating finance accounts with sales distribution and materials management. I want you to write in the chat what other module you can link finance accounts, and the link means what exactly the query that will be generated. Just give me a second. We had a full blown power off since last 1 hour. The power has just returned. So just give me a second to set some things right. Okay. Just try to think what additional linking you can do to with finance and accounting module. So sales and distribution and materials management we have talked about. I want you to link finance accounting to the other 12 from the other 11 modules we talked about. So where you can link and what aspect it is going to be linked through. What will be the chain that is going to link those two modules, finance accounts and another module. Give me a second. Okay. Yes. So we so Varsha has answered. HR department will lead to very good. So it's good that human resource department also needs to be linked, because then you want to link it to the payroll. Very good. So see what I basically want. Suppose these questions come in examination, so you must be able to add from your own self. So if you start answering, you start learning. That is the core purpose of this whole discussion. Then we have more answers. Integration with purchase, the creditor masters. Yes, good, very good. Then that is Darshan. Then Manisha, financial accounting gives info about cash. Yeah, so you can link it to cash management. Good. But Manisha, cash management, we would keep it in financial, it's part of the same module. My idea was to link it to the other ones, like what Varsha said, like what Darshan said. But okay, it's a good thing that from finance module also you can get good reports for decision making purposes. So that is accepted. Then production planning, but you have to tell exactly, I'll accept, but then you have to give the logic, what link is going to be there from production planning to finance. I'll accept your answer, Swati, but you have to give a link. This aspect is going to be interlinked. Okay. So see this process of doing HR, Swati's also said HR, that is accepted. So this process of linking one module to another is going to allow you to understand this discussion better. Then Diksha with quality management. Okay, good link, but then you have to tell the aspect that you are going to link through. So that is also needed. Okay. Next. Then controlling. So controlling is basically controlling the all aspects of management life. So that is controlling. This module facilitates coordinating, monitoring, and optimizing all resources, processes in an organization. It controls the business flow in an organization. This module helps in analyzing the actual figures in planned manner and in planning the whole business. So it basically keeps track of the way things are moving in the organization. So it keeps tag of the costing, the revenue, everything is part of controlling. What is part of cost element accounting? So this component provides overview of the cost and revenues that occur in an organization. The cost element are the basis for cost accounting and enable the user ability to display cost for each of the accounts that have been assigned to the cost elements. Examples of accounts that can be assigned to cost centers include internal orders, cost centers, internal order, work breakdown structure. So this you can define in controlling module. Then cost center accounting, I think that is again full costing comes when you talk about cost center accounting. This provides information on cost incurred by business. Cost centers can be created for functional areas as marketing, purchasing, HR, finance, other facilities, systems, support, legal, shipping, receiving, quality is also considered. So just means controlling is like that. Every of all 11 modules have been linked to controlling. So that is very, very good. You are updating the answers. After I complete the next slide, I'll read. Then within controlling, you have activity-based costing that I think you understand much better. This analyzes the cross-departmental business processes and allows for process-oriented cross-functional view of the cost centers. Internal orders provide a means of tracking cost of a specific job, service, or task. These are used as a method to collect those costs in business transaction relating to task. Product cost controlling. This calculates the costs that occur during manufacture of product or provision of a service and allows the management ability to analyze their product cost, make decisions. In fact, in your syllabus, just say yes or no. Marginal costing, you must have been going through, reading marginal costing, standard costing, marginal costing. So you kindly say yes, whether you are reading marginal costing as a part of your syllabus. So the whole marginal costing going built into the controlling module. So decision making, whether to manufacture on your own. So if your marginal costing is met out, then you, and then if your fixed cost is covered, so additional order you can take at a only your marginal cost with a very nominal profit. So all those decision making can be triggered through using controlling module. Profitability analysis. This allows management to review information with respect to the company's profit or contribution by individual market segment. Yes, this is okay. So profitability analysis is, so I'm asking two. So one question you have all answered. We'll complete after completing controlling, we'll review the answer. So first I talked about this, whether you have read marginal costing. So if you have read marginal costing, all the concepts of marginal costing, that decision making based on marginal costing is a part of controlling module first. Second, just after product cost controlling, we have a word profitability analysis. So by reading it, which accounting standard you recall? By reading profitability analysis, which accounting standard you recall? So we have costing and accounting standard and taxation. Everything is built into this system itself. So this allows management to review information with respect to company's profit or contribution margin by individual market segment. That is profitability analysis. Then profit center accounting, that you understand. This evaluates the profit or loss of individual independent areas within an organization. So profit center accounting, this is also part of the things that you can bring in controlling. Okay, now because header is changing, let us see the answers. So I'm reading, so the first was the linking. So Diksha's Sunil Kumar added that we will not do credit sale to customer who has outstanding beyond 6 months. Very good. Then Diksha, financial accounts with quality management as creating quality affects financial account. Okay, very good. I'll accept that. Varsha has added production department can make labor charges. Very good. Maintenance. Very good. Okay. Then you have learned this marginal costing. Okay. Then so I ask the accounting standard that you have read that brings, let me bring the previous slide again. Last but one, profitability analysis. Oh, accounting standard 17. The name of the standard is segment accounting. The last line of that, AS 17. It's a more, it's a disclosure standard, not an accounting standard. But to be able to disclose the requirement of accounting standard, your accounting system has to be so configured that those disclosures. So you require, you need segment-wise revenue, you need segment-wise expenditure, then you have to see segment-wise profitability. Everything has to be there. So that is AS 17. So that has to be also, that can also be covered, complied through this controlling. The specific standard was accounting standard 17, the direct standard. Okay. Then sales and distribution. Sales and distribution is one of the most important modules. That is a high level of integration complexity. S&D is used by organization to support sales distribution activities of products and services. starting from inquiry to order and then ending with delivery. So there are two cycles we talked about in chapter 1. So sales and distribution probably will be part of which cycle? Two cycles we talked about in chapter 1. Sales and distribution probably would be part of which cycle? If I give you an option, the answer will be easy to guess out. So I'm not giving you an option. I am asking you. We talked about two cycles in chapter 1. Two business cycles. Sales and distribution is about what? Let us continue. So you are answering the next question. In this, see, today's discussion, but every 5 minutes, probably I'll be asking a question to you. Okay. Then key features within a sales and distribution module. So you create an organization structure, new company, company codes, sales organization, then distribution channel. Okay. Distribution channel. So you are answering one question, another question for you to answer. Imagining the way business is done today, I want you to write at least one distribution channel. Let me define what is distribution channel. Distribution channel is basically the way company connects itself to the last customer. So जिस कंपनी को अपना सामान या कोई गुड्स बेचना है, वो अपना सामान गुड्स कस्टमर तक कैसे पहुंचाते हैं, किस तरह से पहुंचाते हैं, उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल कहा. So I want all of you to write at least one example of a distribution channel. It is going to be a good discussion once you write all the distribution channels. Okay. Then divisions, business area, plant, sales area, maintaining sales office, storage locations, your godowns. Then assigning organizational units, assignment of individual components created in above activities with each other per design, like company code to sales, sales organization to company code, distribution channel to sales organization, then pricing components, defining condition tables, condition type, condition sequences. Like we all have been discussing that ours is a monopoly product, so we will only sell to the customer when we receive an advance payment. So what conditions you want to have? Like we had a very good example that we will not resell a product to same customer who has not paid his or its outstanding beyond 6 months. So what conditions you need to define? Sales and distribution. Then pre-sale activities, sales order, inventory sourcing, material delivery, billing, how you're going to tag receipt from customer and payment. So two questions. First was which cycle from chapter 1, and then the distribution channel. So you must have answered that. Very good. So I'll read by name, those who have answered correctly. So Diksha, order to cash. Very good. Then Manisha, correct. I want the correct answer. Okay. So cash to delivery, Shivangani, no. We wanted order to cash, yes. As in your module. Okay. Now coming to the O2C cycle, that is basically order to cash cycle. Okay. You getting order and then getting the payment. Now, next related question was that distribution channel. Very good. So Nitya, I'll again read by name. Darshan, Amazon, accept, correct. Nitya, retail store, correct. Harshit, no, Harshit, you have given the way. I wanted the answer. Like retail store is correct. Through online market, e-merchants is also correct. Then through, yes, wholesalers, retailers, yes, that is correct. Through agents, yes. Through company direct outlets. So Manisha says outlets, so I read it as company direct outlets. Then through agents, retailers, yes. So today, if I want to buy a product, say FMCG product, so I can go to a departmental store. I can go to nearby Kirana that you call as pop and mom store. छोटी सी किराने की दुकान पर जा सकता हूँ. I can go to departmental store. I can buy online. I can go to the company dedicated showrooms, distribution centers. So for a single product, there can be multiple distribution channels. Now, see what you need to understand that if distribution channels are multiple and company needs to keep a track of how sales activities are being done at each of this distribution channel, how sales are being made. So each distribution channel may have some reconfiguration to be done. So that has to be configured, or definitions to be created in your ERP system. That aspect is very important. Then we have some, Varsha has added Flipkart, Swiggy, yes. Diksha has added e-commerce operator. They are all correct answer. So now please understand that if I'm a seller and these, so see today what technology has allowed, technology has enabled a company to sell its service and products, goods through multiple distribution channels. So now suppose I'm a seller, then given the competition, do I have an option not to select that distribution channel which has been selected by my competitor? No, I will have to come into that distribution channel where my competitor is also there. So if I disregard a methodology, or if I disregard a distribution channel, it is going to be a disaster for my business. It is going to affect the growth of my business, and over a period of time, business continuity may be affected. So if distribution channel becomes so critical for survival of the business, your system, your sales and distribution system that is in your ERP must be properly configured to address all those issues. That is. Then Rachna has added Zomato. Yeah, accept it. Then these features you need to define pre-sale, sales order, invoicing. So you understand this. Nothing more on this. Then document types, billing types, tax relief. Yes, now because see, today GST being there, and you can get registration in multiple state through same PAN number, multiple GST you can have. So today, because of GST, companies say manufacturing product in one state and selling in multiple state are saved from lot of trouble of creating a price again and again. I'm just trying to give you an example. Just please understand what is the issue. Before GST, like we had 28 state, each state had its own sales tax law. Some would call it as sales tax law, some would call it as VAT, state value added tax. So if suppose I am a manufacturer of a soap brand or a biscuit brand that is being sold across India, now my biscuit is say 10 rupees for a pack. So I am giving an advertisement in the big dailies across India that my biscuit, 120-gram biscuit, glucose biscuit is available at rupees 10. Now that, so any customer who is buying say biscuit in Arunachal Pradesh, the the eastmost part, or say in Gujarat, or say in Jammu and Kashmir, or say in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, or across India, the people are going to go to the retailer shop and ask for that biscuit. And what is the price? 10 rupees is standard. But then before GST, each state had a different value added tax, different sales tax on selling of the goods. So me as manufacturer, I had to keep a track of 28 different, what you call as HSN codes in each state, tax rate in each state, and my ERP system had to cater to all those. It was a huge task. But post single tax, at least that thing is taken care of, that I can have a standard pricing mechanism for all India. That saves a lot of trouble to me in as a manufacturer and seller of my products in more than one state. So just imagine that today also, if I am selling, if I have got my selling offices in all state, I need to have that much number of GST registration. That is one requirement. Before GST, number of state registration, each state is going to have some different documents to be submitted for registration and different taxation rates and different classification. It was a real tough job to do. So that is, I need to set properly. And then setting up customer data records and configuration. Yeah, Varsha says that time means before GST came, MRP was different, but yes, Varsha, I have read. So on that, the most eaten glucose, the glucose biscuit that we all eat, I read it through. So for 28 state, there was a chart at the end on the backside of the pack. They had some 3 or 4 different prices. Means for 28 state, they will not have 28 prices. So that much configurations we had to do. But yeah, the point is accepted. Then human resource module. So what I want, I want you to link this human resource module to at least 4. Okay. So you have to think which 4 you can link. So the chat, this is going to require some intensity in your thinking. Okay. So I want all of you to link human resource module to 4 different modules. The easiest that was shared by, I missed the name, was HR module. So HR is, you can always say HR. So HR is one answer that we all have. Beyond those, beyond HR, I want you to write at least 3 different modules by which you can link your HR module, human resource. It's going to be very intensive thought process. Okay, let us read. So this module enhances the work process and data management within human resource department of an enterprise, right from hiring a person to evaluating the performance of the person, managing the promotion of the person, the compensation that you are paying, handling payrolls, other related activities for human resources. These are processed through this module. The task of managing the details and the task flow of most important resource, human resources managed through this module. So first question that you are answering is, I want you to link this to human resources linked to finance. 1, 3 additional linkages I want you to share here. So before we go to the table, let us read what you have said. Then we'll go to the table. Good. So I think I wanted this answer. So Manisha and Dikshita, they got our e-chocolate for their answer. I was waiting for this answer. Production module. So now just understand. So company gets a bulk prod. See how things have to be so interlinked. Okay. Company gets a bulk order. Now, if it is getting a bulk order, suppose the customer who is placing a bulk order, I ask for a price quote. So before you give the price, okay. So I'm putting this question to you. I want this to be a thinking process. So company has got a bulk order and the customer is asking for a price quote. Which module amongst that we have talked about will be source of the price quote? एक कस्टमर ने एक बहुत बड़ा ऑर्डर दिया है आपको, आप उस प्रोडक्ट के मैन्युफैक्चरर हैं, कस्टमर ने कहा कि भाई मुझे कीमत बताइए, तो जितने मॉड्यूल हमने डिस्कस किए, किस मॉड्यूल से कीमत निकल कर आएगी जो आप बता सकते हैं, which module may probably be the source of price that you can share with the customer. Okay. Then, so now that order is there. Suppose you quote a price, customer accepts the price. As soon as the acceptance of the price is there, your factory comes into action. So first thing is to see whether the product is available. If not available, then you need to go for production. When you go for production, you multiply the quantity with its bills of material to see how many raw material is needed. So as soon as you multiply by bills of material, another element in bills of material is the machine required, the labor required. So this linkage is very important. So that is why, what is the name of the topic we are talking about? Enterprise resource planning. So each single resource is managed for optimum and best usage. Again, let us read the answer, then we'll go to the table. Yeah. So the e-chocolate has to go to Sunil. Good. Controlling. Because controlling is the module. We just talked about that it has your profit center, cost center, segment, marginal costing. I gave you a hint. So from there, you are going to capture the price and then go to the customer. See how this decision making is being triggered when you use a integrated system, the value of that decision. So production was one of the modules I wanted you to link. Payroll is correct. Then sales and distribution accepted. Then production, quality management, very good. Finance accounting, we talked about. Production, yes. Sales distribution, costing, yes. Then good. So you have all answered correctly. Now let us go to the module. Just give me a second. So more answers are there. Rachna has added 3 answers: HR with production, HR with controlling, HR with supply chain, except all. Then Vasha has added production, Maisha has added cost and sales. Great. So this thinking, please understand, see, when you're talking, just for sake of understanding, just carry these words as I say it. See, when you are creating a system, and when you are talking about, say, using the system effectively, so the effectiveness of usage comes through your imagination. What you need to imagine, how well I can use the system. If I talk of integration, so what departments I can integrate, what is the maximum integration I can do. So if you create larger integration, the quality of usage is very high. And then if usage is high, integration is good, the information is there, the decision making is also good. So that is how it adds a lot of value to the way you look at system. Now, the core purpose of sharing module was looking at this flow chart from the module itself. So the process and human resource department. So let us have spotlight. Yeah. So recruitment, then hiring, recording time expense, paying by payroll process, then recording of education, what the person is, personal data, benefit plans, development. Suppose there is a upgrade, change of pay, change of position, allowing leave, and if the employee gets to age of superannuation, termination, retire, resignation, or you can retrench. So anyway, you can terminate. So these are the core activities which are done in a payroll process or human resource module. We'll go to the slides. Next is production planning. Now, please understand the nature of system that we are talking about. For a manufacturing entity, the maximum payback comes from this only, production planning. So let us read through this. An important module that includes software design specifically for production planning and management. This module also consists of master data, system configuration, transition to accomplish plan procedure for production. PP module collaborates with master data, sales and operations planning, distribution resource planning, production planning, material requirement planning, capacity planning, product cost planning, and so on, while working with towards production management in enterprise. So based on what is given in the paragraph, I don't think there is any module left from the 11 to which production planning doesn't talk to. So all the 11 modules would be linked to production planning. So that is very, very, very important. So it is going to be linked to sales and materials management and finance and HR and controlling Every aspect it is linked to. In fact, this is going to be linked to this design department also. Design department is creating a new product design. So new product design or developing a new product. So if a new product development department is there and they are developing a new product is going to have its own bills of material. So that bills of material need to be updated in production planning. So it is going to be linked to every possible department within the enterprise. That is production planning module. So that question becomes irrelevant, that you need to find how to link production planning to other module. It is linked to all modules, so nothing is left out. So this is probably one which is mandatory going to be linked to all the modules. Then this includes material master, work center routing, creation of BOM, bills of material, SOP, sales and operations planning, provides ability to forecast sales, production plan based on historical current hour, future data, distribution resource planning. DRP allows companies the ability to plan the demand for distribution centers. Yes. Production planning. This includes materials forecasting, demand management, long-term and master production scheduling. I'm just giving you some idea on this last paragraph. See, what is exactly long-term planning? See what happens. Suppose I am a steel pipe manufacturer. Okay. You must be seeing a lot of infrastructure building is going across the country. So in that process of infrastructure building, lot of this pipelines are being laid. So steel pipelines are being laid. So I am manufacturer of a steel pipeline. Okay. Now, I get a Government of India contract. I have to supply to Government of India 10 lakh meters of steel pipe with diameter 1 meter. It's a big pipe. I don't know whether you have seen those pipes. So they're specific industry specific pipings are there. So I have to supply to Government of India 10 lakh meters of steel pipe. I am manufacturer. Government of India has given me a schedule that this is a monthly schedule on which you are going to supply me those pipelines. I am manufacturer of steel pipe, but I don't manufacture the steel sheets. I buy the steel sheet because I have the order in my hand I send that order to the supplier of steel sheets. So that 10 lakh meter of pipe, 1 meter diameter, a volume is generated, length of sheet is generated, and it is sent to the person who is supplying me the steel sheet for manufacturing those pipe with a schedule. So that steel manufacturer knows that this is the supply I have to do on a month-to-month basis. That steel manufacturer will require some raw material, so it is going to multiply by its bills of material and convert it into raw material. And so this is the last para that you are reading through, long-term planning. When you have bulk orders like that, which have to be completed over a long term, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. So I need to put all that data information in my production plan. And based on that, that part of my production planning is done through that long-term planning. That may also be called as master production scheduling. That is. Yes, all modules link to each other, Sunil. Yes. Just so this is how you go through. So just let us do that whole integration. So 10 lakh meters of pipe, I am the manufacturer. I am back end, I am linking it to the person who is making steel. That steel manufacturer will be linking it to the person. Say, if you read through the manufacturing process of steel, so it requires nickel, zinc, some tin, the chromium also may be needed. Then it requires special category of coke, they call it coke. So that steel manufacturers in the backend is linked to the multiple manufacturers of each of the specialized products. So that is how that whole linking is done. And this is done through technology and system. Then, sorry, materials requirement planning relies on demand and supply element with calculation. So then you understand the back end of it. Capacity planning, very, very important. You have read this in costing. What was the chapter heading? capacity utilization in costing. What was the chapter heading? Okay. So this evaluates the capacity utilized based on the availability and the future needs. Then product cost planning, the process of evaluating all-time values, value of component materials to determine product cost. Then this table you can refer, it gives the flow chart of how it is working. So I'm not going to the module right now. I want you to say the capacity planning, which chapter of costing? Then this is again one of my we talked about a company investing say 100 crores in an ERP system and generating payback of 40 crores per annum. So suppose that 40 crores payback that the company was generating, the example I shared with you. So that 40, suppose you have to give a breakdown that this 40 crore payback is being generated from which modules of the ERP. See, we can do na apan jaise, suppose we have implemented 5 modules and we are generating a payback of 40 crores per annum. So we can make an analysis which module is giving us the maximum payback most of the time. To me, 100% of the time of the 40 crores payback that is being generated, more than 60% payback generally will come through materials management. This is the module that generates the maximum payback for companies which invest in systems or good systems they implement. Okay. So let us read through this. This is again very, very important module to learn and practically execute. Okay. So materials management, as the term suggests, manages materials required, processed, produced in an enterprise. Different types of procurement processes are managed with this system. Some of the popular subcomponents of materials management are vendor master data, consumption-based planning, purchasing, inventory management, validation of invoices, and so on. Materials management also deals with movement of materials via other modules like logistics, SCM, S&D, warehouse management, production and planning. So this is a very, very, very important module. Then it links from purchase acquisition to production department. So production department sends a request. So the process to purchase department for purchase of raw material, there is an evaluation of the requisition PR. Purchase department shall evaluate the requisition with current stock position, pending purchase order. Yes, so current stock, what is the stock available? What is the stock for which you have already placed order? And then decide about whether to further raise another purchase order. Then if the purchase manager decides that a new purchase order is to be released, then they may call new quotations from vendors, and based on that, they decide to release the new purchase order. Then quotations are received, they are evaluated. Document is created in system that is called as comparative statement, CS. So based on the quotations from vendors you receive, you create a comparative, which vendor has quoted what price, delivery time, terms of delivery. Based on that, you release a purchase order. Once a purchase order is sent to the vendor, then receipt of material is there. And once you receive the material, quality check, make payment, and then start issuing it to the department. This process we have read in BPA also, business process automation. This is your procure to pay cycle. Okay. So there are a lot of commonalities which you can remember well in your module. Then invoice and then payment to vendor. So now quality management is coming, changing the topic. So let us see. Yeah. So service costing, budgetary. Okay, there you learned it. Okay, good. The question was capacity planning. Plan capacity budget. Very good. Yeah, material management in material costing also. And this, I was just linking that. Suppose there could be a concept of what has to be my plant capacity utilization to achieve BEP. Suppose I can manufacture 100 tons of steel per month. So what has to be my plant capacity utilization so that My fixed costs are covered based on my sales realization. So there also you can have this capacity management understanding. Very good. Now coming to the next topic, quality management. So before we talk about quality management, I'm creating a case for quality management for understanding. Okay? So we link through this case. See, we are a very big producer of cotton yarn, and cotton cloths. We are a big hosiery manufacturer, and we grow a lot of cotton, and we export a lot of cotton products also. Just for learning, I'm bringing this case. If you read these advertisements of cotton shirts in any newspaper or in a good magazine, if a good brand gives an advertisement that this is a cotton shirt, so there are something quality parameters of the cotton shirt are written at the bottom of the advertisement. Very small font, but then I want you to read through this. So what is written? So if you read through in those advertisements, it says that the shirt is made out of cotton yarn that is 100 count. Now 100 count is technical, you need not understand, but I'm giving this example to link it to the whole aspect of quality management. And some location we were actually able to visualize this happening in a company that had implemented a ERP system, and also the quality management of that ERP system was part of the implementation. So 100 count is what? So we need not remember it. No, not version, not 100% cotton. It is 100 count. I'm clear. Count. C-O-U-N-T. C-O-U-N-T. Count. What it means. So see, you need not know the definition of count, but just remember it like that. So if I say 50 count, 100 count, count defines the fineness of the cotton. Count defines the fineness of the cotton. Okay. So 100 count is fine, then 50 count. Okay. There is a technical definition of count, but that is not needed. What is the background? So 100 count cotton yarn. Now, if I want to manufacture cotton yarn, that is 100 count. It's a very fine thread. Because cotton is a natural fiber. GIGO is a concept, garbage in, garbage out. So if I want to manufacture a very fine cotton yarn, I have to buy a very fine raw cotton. So to buy good raw cotton, there is a parameter, a quality parameter in raw cotton, that the raw cotton has to have what is called as the length of a thread. It's there's a raw length measured. So that length of the raw cotton, if you've seen cotton bale, so that cotton bale has to have that character. So my cotton bale is cotton is my raw material, and cotton yarn is my finished product. Cotton yarn has to be 100 count. So if it has to be 100 count, the quality of cotton has to be good. So to be able to manufacture a cotton yarn that has 100 count as quality parameter, a very special cotton is imported. It is imported from Egypt. There's a place in Egypt called as Giza, G-I-Z-A. It's a very, they make phenomenally good quality cotton, raw cotton, that is used to manufacture this very high quality cotton yarn. Now, so the quality of raw finished goods yarn is dependent on quality of raw material. So the company that I am talking about, what they did, because they were manufacturing this 100 count cotton yarn, they implemented quality management system of ERP, and this quality management system was interfaced to their laboratory. Please understand, this quality management system was interfaced to their laboratory. So whenever a raw cotton will come, it will be tested in the laboratory, and laboratory, there is a number of parameters, the length of the cotton in the raw cotton. Then there is a concept of impurities in the cotton. There is a concept of this moisture in cotton. So all these are, so this raw cotton comes, it goes in the lab. There are automatic equipment which checks the quality. This quality is automatically fed in the quality management system. So this quality management system captures that data and there is a variation allowed. Variation means plus minus percentage, that this much variation cotton will accept. So if quality management system is configured to accept say plus minus 10% variation, and the raw cotton supplied is within the range, the system says accept. Accept means this supply of raw cotton can be accepted. That is how quality management works through. In fact, uh, suppose the quality of cotton is not as per mandate. So you can configure the system to say that if the cotton supplied is say not up to 100% of the desired quality, say up to 80% of the desired quality. So quality management system will tell you, see, with this cotton, you will be able to manufacture 80 count cotton yarn. So suppose I want to accept that cotton, then I know that if I sell a product manufactured out of 80 count cotton yarn, what will be the sale price? So I can calculate reverse that if my sale price is good, so selling a shirt made out of 100 count cotton yarn is say 1000 rupees per shirt. Selling a shirt that is made out of 80 count cotton yarn is say 800. So I'm going to lose 200 on my finished product, one piece of it. So I back calculate that if the supplier of the raw cotton says, "Sir, this cotton, I'll give you," I can calculate what is the I want on that cotton. That is how quality management works through. Okay. Yeah, like paper is classified as GSM. Yeah, Giza is famous for pyramid and it is famous for cotton also. Darshan. So I just created this example so that now when we read through, you know exactly how it is going to work by. That's GSM is a standard for paper. Yeah, good. So if GSM increases, the quality of paper increases. So if count increases, the quality of the cotton increases, yarn increases. Next time you read a advertisement of a cotton product, try to see whether it is written below that. So see, if you know, I told you that see, this whole enterprise information system is more of your practical knowledge, the way you know, the way you learn, and then implementing it in system. जो आपको जीवन के बारे में प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज है उसी को सिस्टम में इंप्लीमेंट कर, जो एग्जांपल मैंने दिया वैसे कंपनियां काम करती हैं, सिस्टम को वैसे इंप्लीमेंट करना, दैट इज सो QMM helps in management of quality in production process in an organization. The quality management module helps an organization to accelerate their business by adopting structured and functional way of managing quality in different processes. Quality management module collaborates in procurement and sales, production planning, inspection. I've shared a live example. Notification, it gives a warning that this product is not as per quality. Control and audit management also. That is, so it's a very, very important module for manufacturing entity. And see, in fact, we are slight digressing. Those of you who are doing articleship and those of you who are going to go for articleship in, over a period of time, there's just one suggestion. Keep it with you. See, whenever you go to a location, it can be service industry, manufacturing industry. So when you go for an audit to a manufacturing industry, let us do one exercise. So first day of your audit, I'll suggest kindly don't do the real audit. You see the manufacturing process, how a product is being manufactured. In fact, if you read our SA 300 planning, audit planning, one of the first paragraph when you start an audit is gaining knowledge about client's business. So it's not gaining knowledge on paper, gain knowledge by practically looking at it. Visit the plant, be part of as the accounts chief, accounts manager, sir, I want to visit the plant. So if it is a hard manufacturing, then you may be given helmet and hard equipment to wear them and have a run through the production process. Like I always say, treat yourself as a raw material for that manufacturing process and appear as a finished goods. Believe me, once you do this exercise, the quality of audit that you will do will be improved phenomenally. Because what will happen when you look at a voucher, you look at a ledger, you will be directly relating to the process that you just visualize. It is going to add lot and lot to your understanding of how businesses are operating and how audit has to be completed for those businesses. That is quality management module. So it collaborates with all this. It includes aspects of planning, controlling, assurance, and improvement. So improvement means, suppose quality, the example I gave was on the raw material side. Then it has to be on finished product goods also side. So raw cotton was raw material. My cotton yarn is my finished product. So whether that cotton yarn which I have manufactured is 100 count, that quality check I have to do. That is. Yes, Shivam. But then Shivam is talking about that one. That is one of these series one of the programs that I mandatorily see today also. That is inside factory. Any manufacturing process like that. It adds a lot to learn. Then quality management process includes the following: master data standards, set quality targets to be met, quality management plan has to be put in place, define how these quality targets will be measured, and take actions to ensure that the target is measured. In fact, when you learn, you go deep into it, then you start enjoying that process. Identifying quality issues, the improvements needed, the changes to be made. In case of any change is needed in the product, change requests are sent. Yes. So how to improve quality? I'll take this cotton as an example. It's a very learning example. Report on overall level of quality achieved, and quality is checked at multiple points: inward of goods, warehousing, manufacturing, procurement, and returns. Uh, See, quality is a natural fiber. Sorry, cotton is a natural fiber. So India is a big exporter of cotton products, cotton yarn, cotton cloth, like that. So some 20 years back, Government of India realized that we need to add value to the export. We need to improve the quality of our export. So a lot of analysis was done that whatever cotton products we are exporting, suppose a quality issue comes, so what are the uh, why cotton yarn may be poor quality? A back-end analysis was done. So it was found that I don't know, please say yes, no. Have you seen cotton wool? Cotton का पौधा देखा है क्या आपने? How does cotton appear like that? It's a natural fiber. It is grown in farms. So please say yes, no, if you have seen cotton. Okay, let me continue. So this cotton is a wool. It's like a flower. It is picked in farmland, and then it is stored in godowns. So this cotton wool, that cotton flower, it has a seed into it. That is called as cotton seed. So before you can make yarn out of cotton, this seed has to be taken out. So this seed is taken out. So suppose farmer has picked the cotton, then farmer stores the cotton in his farm. Then it is sent to what is called as a ginning and a pressing factory. So there they remove the cotton seed. This cotton seed is source of oil that is called as cotton seed oil. You must be reading it, cotton seed oil. So this cotton seed is removed. The raw cotton is there. It is pressed into what is called as bale. So bale is a bunch of cotton wool without cotton seed. So bale is generally standard weight. Okay. Then this ginning pressing mill, it creates a cotton bale, and these bales are sent to the plant where it will be converted in cotton yarn. Now, what happens during this process? It's a natural fiber. So there are a lot of ways dust can get into cotton. Farms have dust. The godown of the farmer can have dust. The godown of the ginning pressing can have dust. Dust is one issue. Second issue is that jute fiber, Sukli, jute fiber you must have seen. So sometimes jute fiber goes along with cotton, and the whole manufacturing process is like that. That if you don't remove the jute fiber, it also mixes with cotton and it becomes cotton yarn like that. But then jute is brown color, cotton is white, so quality of yarn is affected. So a lot of analysis was done. So government realized that to improve the quality of yarn, you have to go back. So go back to whom? To the ginning pressing factory. So governments went there, saw how raw cotton is stored. So they found that raw cotton is kept on in godown where there's dust in the floor. So then government gave them fund to create a clear floor. So a lot of tiling was done, tiles were placed. Same way to farmer. So basically, what you are looking at is that when you want to improve the quality of a product, you have to go to back and see. And this is I'm just sharing a name. It is called as STUFS, Technology Upgradation Fund. So government is funding textile units for this backward integration so that the raw cotton procured is good quality. It doesn't have impurities, reducing the impurities in that so that your output quality is good. Okay. So Varsha says yes. Darshan says no. It has black. Yeah, cotton seed is black in color. Ah, good. Rachna has seen cotton plug. That is good. You've seen. Oh, good. So kindly do so that we learn like that. So quality management. Then plant maintenance, ensuring the plant is maintained properly so that there are no breakdowns. This is a functional module which handles maintaining of the equipment, enables efficient planning of production and generation. Plant maintenance application components provide you with a comprehensive software solution. So all maintenance activities are tagged into this, and it ensures efficiency. Because if you maintain plant properly, so that breakdown will not be there. So if breakdown is not there, it saves a lot of things. It saves emergency repair cost. It saves the production loss. Everything it saves. To achieve minimum breakdown and keep plant in good working condition, to keep machines and other facilities in optimum state of operation, and to ensure availability of machines, buildings, and services. For this, we'll go to the module. I'm going to the module. Give me a second. So this is the flowchart I wanted to share. Process of plant maintenance. So this is how information about the type of machines, the needed maintenance, the parts needed, equipment database, equipment master, plant master, maintenance data, yearly plan, maintenance schedule, reports like that. So this is how your maintenance is going to work like. Okay. So we'll be starting a new topic. It is 7:10. So let us take a break. So it's time for break. We'll assemble back in 10 minutes. It's a break time. Okay, so welcome back after this tea break. Now, see, before we go to the next one, let us do an exercise for examination. Okay, suppose this question comes in examination and you are asked to talk about, say, plant maintenance itself. Okay, so what shall be your para one? So, para one will be definition of plant maintenance, that is. Then, para two is the objective, the specific location needs to achieve. That will be your para two. Para 3 can be, you can link it to the different modules of the ERP system. And para 4, you can give a live example like, so that you add a lot of value to your answer. So this is how I look to this. So let us go ahead, continue. Now project system. This is a integrated project management module used for planning and managing projects. It has several tools that enable project management process such as cost, planning, budget, scheduling, requisitioning of material services. Your CPM part can be part of this. CPM part you have read, critical path method, program evaluation review technique, NAT charts in costing. Kindly say yes, no. CPM part, Gantt charts. So if you have not read in Enter, you are going to read the same in final costing. Okay. This figure we are going to take from the module. Give me a second. Okay, so you are going to read these words, Darshan, Shivangini, you'll be reading in final. Okay. So this is how it works. So you have the template for the project, then create project, planning, budgeting, release, implementation, and completion. So all this also you can manage through a ERP system. So it has separate module for project management also. Then supply chain. Again, this is one of the important modules. Lot of payback that is generated once you implement an ERP system. So a lot of payback is generated in this module, that is the supply chain module. Okay, just give me a second. This module provides functionality for logistics, manufacturing, planning, and analytics. Take advantage of a training curriculum that can help organization drive maximum value from investment they have made in an ERP system. So training is a must. We already talked about it day before yesterday also. Organizations can optimize their supply chain for months in advance, streamline the process such as supply network demand, material requirement planning, create detailed schedule, refine production integration, maximize transport scheduling. The example I gave for steel pipe manufacturer, that manufacturer is linked to steel manufacturer. That steel manufacturer is linked to the special metals manufacturer, coke manufacturer. So this is how all things can be integrated. CRM is again next very important module to talk about customer relationship management. It is a system which aims at improving relationship with existing customer, finding new customers, and winning back. Okay. So it's basically like that. In fact, we all realize that today, wherever we go, you are making an online payment. Some shops take your date of birth, So they have got something called as a birthday month. So they send you an email, message, WhatsApp that this is your birthday month. And if you buy in this month, you can get special discount. So then when you make payment, so organization take this, you make online payments, so mobile number may be recorded. So then they send you uh, further launches, new product launch. So this is how customer relationship management module works. This system can be brought into effect with software which helps in collecting, organizing and managing customer data information. Yes. The key benefits: so improve customer relations, increase customer revenue, maximum upselling and cross-selling. Yes. Better internal communication, optimize marketing. So better utilization of the resources, maximization of a customer visit. So whenever you go to this shops, you must be finding that you go to a say general store and you ask for, say for example, uh, you may be asking for a soap. So the man at the counter may suggest, okay, you are buying a soap, so you may need a shampoo. If you may need a shampoo, you may need a hair conditioner. If you're needing a hair conditioner, you may require a hair dryer. So that is how they link all the products. So smart sellers always, if you ask for a product, they will ask, give a chain of product that you may need prior to use of the product, and chain of the product that may use post use of the product. So that is cross selling of the product. Okay, then this is important. So what things are defined? So we have talked a lot on that. Stock items, stock group, godowns, UOM, unit of measurement. Someone did talk about this. Reorder levels, we have talked a lot on this. Price levels, age, yes, aging of stock, keeping a track of cost. Batch, like in medicines, we have batch manufacturing, batch expiry dates of the product. Again, very important, because then if it's a eatable product, you need to keep a track of expiry of the product. In fact, so you need to manage your inventory very well. Integration with other modules, very, very, very important. So before we go there, let us see, there's a question. Sunil, materials management is part. No, Sunil, supply chain management is keeping the link on, generating the reports. Materials manager is more integrated downward. So they work separately, means they can give, they talk to each other, but there is no concept of set or subset like that. They are independent. Okay, aging. Shivam, aging means the period, like you said, that overdue debtors. Overdue debtors means you have sold an item to a person today and the payment is not received in next 3 months. So that becomes age of the debtor. Same way, there's a concept like you have the expiry date on your eatable products. So in fact, whenever you go to departmental store, any store or a general store to buy a bread. So if it is in a rack, the store's person puts it very smartly. The bread that is most reachable is the one that is going to expire the immediately. If you can put your hand inside that rack and pull out a bread from the backside, you will find that the expiry date of that bread is say 3 days from today. So aging is the expiry date, or aging is the day the product will become non-usable, or aging is also that you have manufactured a product today and it is still in your inventory. It has not been sold till date. So based on the nature of product, you can see the relevance of aging. Yes. Darshan says cross-selling means selling the brush and the toothpaste together. Yes. Yes. And these are smart sellers. Right? You also enjoy going to that place, because most of the time I personally realize there's one product extra you always buy if a person can tell you the chain of the products. Then, so two integration points and then examples. We've already taken a lot of examples. Let us see one by one. So integrating materials management with finance controlling, human resource module with finance controlling. So the idea that those questions which I asked, the basic idea was this only, that that thought process has to come. So this is going to save a lot of time for us. So integration with finance and controlling, we'll just run through it fast. Human resource module integration with finance controlling, with production planning, with SD, with QM, with plant maintenance. Okay. So now, so this is the headers. Now the specifics. Okay. So materials management with finance and controlling. So what aspects you can cover through this? Then when we go through this, you can always add. So what I want you to do is look to the header of the slide, look to the points like valuation, vendor payment, material costing, and you feel that there is one point that can be added, please write it in the chat. So what you will say with FICO, then the point that you want to add. This is also that can be done. That is how I want it. So integration of materials management with finance and controlling. What you can do, valuation, payments, costing. For every inventory posting, there is a corresponding controlling document to update profit center for that accounting period. So it links to that aspect also. So what I expect you to write at least one more area, then more aspect that you can achieve through integrating materials management with finance and controlling. Valuation, vendor payment, material costing is given. I want you to add one more to this. Okay. Next, human resource management with finance and controlling. So attendance and leave record is used for calculation of salary on monthly basis. Salary is also part of financial accounting. Hence, salary processed and calculated by HR module shall be integrated with the finance and controlling module. So that is, you are integrating your human resource with finance and controlling. One more aspect I want you to comment. Okay. Yes, Darshan. Standard costing is part of controlling. Then materials management with production planning. This will be very tightly integrated. So this integration includes materials requirement planning, receipt issue against production order based on bills of material, availability check for stocks, receipt of finished goods. So that stock journal, someone did talk about. So we discussed that the bills of material becomes a source. Manufacturing journal or stock journal is used to convert this raw material into finished goods in system. That is posted in inventory management of Then materials manage. So, okay, let us stop. So, because you have answered, I am reading. Varsha, material management with finance controlling, production process time. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, in controlling, you can say, good. So what is your turnaround time? That is the time you have taken for converting raw material to finished goods, the conversion time. Yes, it's a valid point. In fact, in standard costing, there is a variance on that. Yes. Then HRM with FICO, employee master darshan, accept. Okay, agreed. Then materials management with darshan says materials management with production planning, maximum minimum stock levels. So, okay, let us agree. Yeah, good. Okay. So, so we were, okay, so more inputs have been given as it was a technology break. Materials management maximum, the materials management with SD. So Darshan says sales forecast with materials required. Yes, good. So everything is there part of system. Very good. So when you integrate materials management with sales and distribution, delivery, availability, stock transfer, that all can be brought together. Then materials management with quality management. It is integrated. We have talked about this quality management a lot. So inspection at goods receipt based on quality parameters, vendor evaluation is done. Yes, so very good report that because you're evaluating quality of the raw material and you find that a vendor's raw material received from a specific vendor is not meeting the quality multiple times. That means you can tag a vendor that this vendor is not supplying quality goods. So you can always give a warning to the vendor like that. It's a good point. Then materials management with so plant maintenance. So requirement, yeah, good. So suppose maintenance requires some equipment to be replaced, changed, then you can create a maintenance order. It will lead to requisition. The purchase requisition will be converted to purchase order by materials management. The goods for a purchase order will be sent to maintenance by materials management. The spares which are reserved for maintenance order will be issued by materials management against the reservation number based on what requirement was generated. Then how they work together. So we have already taken live examples: material management, human resource management, production planning, sales distribution, supply chain management, and finance and control. So these all are going to operate together to ensure that there is no miss. You can recall the ERP day 1 lecture of chapter 2, so that a very simple ERP linkages in Excel, that if you get an order, how it is processed in system, how validations are done, how quantities are calculated, how orders are placed, how turnaround time is calculated from receipt of raw material from vendor, conversion of raw material to finished goods, dispatch time, so that you can give a proper lead time to your customers. So that is how it works through. That is ERP. So it's a very intensive topic we have talked about. I'm giving you a say 10-30 seconds to review, ask questions on this. Okay, so if you don't have questions, then we'll have like some rapid fire like. So I'll be asking questions, and I want you to tell me which module of the ERP it is going to appear like. Okay. So now we are having this question answer session. Okay. So question. So what I'll be saying a word. Then so you have to say question 1, this module. I'll just keep a note of that, so that when I review, I know that I am correctly reviewing it. Just give me a second. So I've got a note, a pen and a page to note the question that I'm going to ask. Okay. So question 1, what you are going to say, this is part of this module. Okay. So reorder level. Question 2, TDS rate. Question 3, bills of material. Question 4. So we are doing a rapid fire. Question 1, reorder level, you have to tell me the name of the module. Question 2, TDS rate. Question 3, bills of material. Question 4, length of cotton yarn. Question 4, length of cotton yarn, we had a practical example. Question 5, finished goods stock. Question 6, pending purchase orders. Question 7, customer feedback. Question 8, you are telling me the modules. Okay. I'm just working through one more. Capacity utilization needed to achieve break-even point. Question 8, capacity utilization needed to achieve break-even point. Now let us read through. Okay. So reorder level, materials management. Good. Then question 2 was TDS rate, finance and accounting. Great. So if there's one answer, that is good. Okay, I'll not read the name. You keep posting. Question 3 was bills of material, production module. Great. Question 4, length of cotton yarn, quality. Yes. Question 5, finished goods stock. Slightly dicey. So we have two answers, materials management and sales and distribution, but we'll take it as materials management. Then question 6 was pending purchase order. Pending purchase order means you have placed the purchase order, but the goods are not yet received. So question 6, someone says purchase. I wanted a better answer. Okay, it will be basically part question 6, CRM. No, materials management. Yeah, so we have one answer correct, materials management. Then customer feedback. Most of you have answered correctly, customer relationship management. And capacity needed to achieve break-even point. Slightly there. Okay, so it's basically part of controlling. I said capacity utilization needed to achieve the break-even points, controlling. So that is good. Yeah, good. To say yes, good. So a very good participation. Great. So I think it's a good idea to have a rapid fire like this. Let us continue. So that tells that how we have grasped, understood the subject, the practicality of. Next. Okay. Then reporting system. So a report simply means presentation of information in proper and meaningful way. The basic purpose of any financial accounting system is to give right information at the right point to the right people to allow them to make a right decision. So then balance sheet P&L is report. You can add cash flow, fund flow. So these are all reports that you get from system. No, Darshan. Okay. This question has to be answered right now in between the discussion. So Darshan says, sir, Darshan, you had to listen to the question carefully. The question was capacity utilization needed to achieve break-even point. Then management information system. So the definition, the users type, quality parameters for good MIS reports and examples. So in fact, examples we have talked about in detail, the others we'll read through. definition. So an MIS report is a tool that managers use to evaluate business processes and operation. This lesson describes the different kind of MIS reports, how they are used. It also includes a discussion how to visually present different kind of information. So basically adding quality to the input, quality to the report. Who are the users? Managers, specialized officers, and other users. Now, managers means the system generates report that is used by the managers. Specialized officers, so there's no definition for specialized officer. It's more related to a person in an organization generating special category, special need-based reports. Those you say as specialized officers, and then you could have other users for those report in system. Types, the nature of reports, it depends on user, purpose, and may include. So please understand, this is just a very illustrative list. There are 400 more you can add. Okay, ये सिर्फ 4 है, 400 और आप जोड़ सकते हैं. Basically, the type is dependent on the person, the nature, the management hierarchy of the person, the nature of the entity, the business operation of the entity, the system that is put in place to generate those MIS reports. So there can be 400, 4,000 reports you can make. Okay. So it's only a very illustrative example. Just understand. You can add based on your understanding. This MIS can also be generated. Okay, let us learn. I want you to. So imagine, imagine our institute like that. Okay. Our institute's examination department, what MIS report they would probably be generating. Okay, good. So let us this be a question. So institute's examination department, the students give examination, the results come out. So what nature category of reports they may be seeking? So each one will say 2 such reports. So the user is institute, the source is students giving examination, the results are out. What MIS report institute may be reviewing like 2 from each of you. So yes, any information that is decision-making value is MIS. Great. So I'm not reading that through. I'm allowing you to answer it. This is it. When MIS report is good, when it is relevant, timely, accurate, and structured. Relevant means relevant to the context, relevant to the user, relevant to the purpose for which the report is generated. So relevancy can have more parameters added to, relevant to the user, relevant in the context it is being generated, and relevant for the purpose. Okay. Then timely, yes. The right information has to be available at the right time so that the decision needed based on that information can be taken that time. Accurate. Accuracy is important because if the information based on which you are taking a decision, if it lacks accuracy, the decision may go wrong. And structured, formatted so that readability is there, understandability is there. It has to be there. In fact, technology being there, we have already talked about that you must practice 30 minutes writing. 30 आधा घंटा रोज लिखकर याद करना है हमको, because our practice of writing goes off between 2 examination attempts. Now, why I have raised this question right now? Structured. Please understand this para 1, para 2, para 3, para 4. All this idea is creating structure to your answer. So if you give answer in structured format, it adds to the qualitative readability of the answer. So it is going to add to the numbers you get in examination. And just one more aspect for that. Please write in a form which adds to readability of answer. परीक्षा में जवाब लिखे तो वो पढ़ने योग्य तरह से लिखें, so that examiner doesn't have to make extra effort to read what you have written. It must be readable like that. Okay. So relevant, timely, accurate, and structured. Let us see you have given answers. Yeah. So I'll read the answer, not the individual. Pass rates. Yes. So institute may be making an analysis of how many individuals have given exam, how many of them have passed. Then very good feedback from examiners and invigilators about the way students have attempted examination. The percentage of students who have passed. Then how many appeared, how many registered, how many appeared, the number of people who checked the paper, passing percentage, yes. So this becomes decision-making source. I thought you'll be adding, I'm waiting for one very specific answer to this. Let me see. Okay. So you have all talked about pass. My interest was that, say, suppose a student, he or she has not been able to make an examination. So which were the subjects where most of the students couldn't make good? So that tells the institute the intensity of that. So, okay. So it's what MIS is. So whatever report you generate, it has to have a decision-making value. Yeah, it is. Again, please understand the example that you are reading on screen. Weekly sales, daily cash, you can add 200 more examples. So just based on the discussion, based on your understanding, those who are auditing, those who are going, those who are in articleship, they will have more answers to add. Those reports which are category of MIS reports. Yeah, Shivam says rank holders data, yes. Then data analytics and business intelligence. In fact, what you are answering is basically this only, data analytics. So when institute seeks reports, MIS, based on that report, it does data analytics. Now, please understand, lot of discussion is there on how the profession is going to grow like that. It is growing, it is going to grow. There is nothing stopping it. The next level of discussion is what areas are where the growth is going to be always there, at least for 10 coming years. That area is business analytics and, data analytics and business intelligence. This is a growing area. In fact, I just came to know recently that students of 11th and 12th, those who have taken computer as a subject, kindly update me on that. So they are learning languages like Python, R, which are used to create data analytics and business intelligence. So it's a very growing area, growing field, and lot of opportunities exist in this today, tomorrow, and at least 10 years from now. So we'll take one by one. So data analytics, business intelligence. First, data analytics. Definition, types, and then process. So process of examining data sets to draw conclusion about information they contain. Increasingly, with aid of specialized system and software, data analytics technologies and techniques are widely used by commercial industries to enable organizations to make more informed decisions, business decisions, and by scientists and researchers to verify, disapprove scientific model, theories, and hypotheses. So that is how and why data analytics is being used. Then you can have two types: exploratory data analytics and confirmatory. So that gives you pattern, trends. That is exploratory. Confirmatory is statistical techniques to determine whether hypotheses about data set are true or false. while confirmatory data analytics is akin to work of judge or jury during a trial court. So you reach a conclusion based on data that is confirmatory. You get indication of the possibilities of the things that are happening, the way they are happening, that is exploratory. Then a lot of new terminologies are being added to this whole process of data analytics. More advanced types of data analytics include data mining, which involves sorting through large data sets to identify trend, pattern, relationships. Predictive analytics, which seek to predict customer behavior, equipment failure, future events, and machine learning, application side of AI that uses automated algorithm to churn through data sets more quickly than data scientists can do via conventional analytical model. And ChatGPT is a very good example of how AI is being used in all these things. So data mining, predictive analytics, and machine learning. That is how it looks like. So data, information, knowledge, intelligence, and intelligent decision. That is the way path goes up. Then processes. So process includes collection of data, finding, fixing the quality problems in data so that you have the correct data to analyze, and then build an analytical model on that data. Okay, now because topic is changing, we have, so Sunil Kumar and I are in same category. We had computer science in 12th, so I also added Sunil. Then, yeah, data mining is bringing data from data warehouse, yes. Then, what is designating system? The chat bot. So it's a system that is going to chat with you. Then business intelligence. Big data analytics is large, means where the data set is huge. Then you say big data analytics. Then business intelligence. This is a very important topic to understand and carry. So BI is a technology-driven process for analyzing data and presenting actionable information. Actionable means on which people can act upon. That is actionable. It reveals to us, now this is important, okay. So that is going to tell you the business need of business intelligence, okay. The position of firm in comparison to its customers. So where our competitors are and where we are. In fact, it's a very famous advertisement. You search, you will get. I'll not name the companies being online, but it was in somewhere in Europe. So there are two car companies in a rental business, like we have Ola, Uber, like that. So there are two big car rental companies. So there's a company that is number one, and there is a company that is number two. So this company knows that we are number two. So they put a hoarding that we try harder because we are number two. So because you know where you are, so this analysis, this information you can use for your decision making. Then how changes are happening in customer behavior and spending pattern. Yes, this is one thing that all consumer companies use. What customer is doing, what he or she is buying, like that. And the best examples are this all mobile phone companies that you know about. Nokia went bankrupt. These feature phones, they are still being used, but most of the phones are on Android or Apple operating system. So what customer is buying, was where the money is being spent upon, that is. Then capabilities of the firm, what you can do, what you cannot do. The future trends, demography, economic information. Yes, across the world, like today, we being the most populous country in the world, so our population has crossed China's population. So big population is an issue. Resources become a constraint. Uh, but beyond that, just on the same level, China, we are number one, and now China is number two in population. You must have read that we have something called as a demographic dividend. What is demographic dividend? The young age people are much more in India than in China. China is growing older. So when people grow older, the working capacity of the nation goes down, but we have a younger population. So this demographic dividend, so how demography is there, the category of people, the age of the people who are living there, the culture of those, so that gives a lot of feedback to consumer companies. The social, regulatory, political environment, what the other firms in market are doing. Yes. So that is what you can do with business intelligence. Then it improves the overall performance of the company using it. How? By accelerating, improving the decision making, by optimizing the internal business processes, by enhancing communication among departments while coordinating the activities, increasing operational efficiency, driving new revenue sources, gaining competitive advantage over business rivals because you have information to take decision. That is, just recall that example in chapter 1 of the snack seller. So because he realized, say, the Google form was launched on 1st May 2020, and that person was regularly updating the product portfolio over a period of time. Within next 2-3 days, he realized that people will need bread also, and they will need biscuits also, and they will need toast also, and people will need some basic spices, including masala for tea, masala for milk, some basic spices, papad also. So because he had the information readily available and he was making analysis of the information, he churned out the product portfolio to increase the available products. And it was a phenomenal competitive advantage against business rivals. That is data analytics, using it for business intelligence. Then BI can also help companies identify market trends, spot business problems that need to be addressed. What exactly is an issue? What is that gap is there that need to be addressed? BI help in enhancing customer experience, allowing for timely and appropriate response to customer problems and priorities. So if you have customer feedback, we've already talked about the way you can give customer feedback. All this goes in data warehouse, and analysis is done, and business intelligence decision making is done through that information. What it does, it combines broad set of data analysis, including ad hoc analysis, querying, enterprise reporting, online analytical processing, OLAP, mobile business intelligence, real-time BI, operational business intelligence, cloud and software as a service business intelligence, open source BI, collaborative BI, and location. So BI is the core source is location. So based on the location, the intelligence. In fact, you must have experienced that on your Android mobile or your Apple mobile, your locations is on. So you get the information regarding the location you are there. So all this becomes part of business intelligence. Yeah, you can say the application side of data analytics is BI. Perfect. Then business intelligence technology also includes data visualization software for designing charts. In fact, that is one of the best way you present information, and other infographics, as well as tools for building dashboards, performance scorecards that display visualize data on business metrics and key performance indicators in a easy to understand, easy to grasp way. In fact, uh, a verbal presentation, a written presentation in text, word, a written presentation is graphics. So the most impact comes when you have written representation in graphics, and that graphical presentation you can convert into a live dashboard. Live dashboard means if you change information downside, the graph automatically updates. So companies are investing huge amount of money so that the dashboard to say managing director or the key director operations of the that dashboard is visible. In fact, you go to manufacturing entities, a lot of automation has been done. So the plant head has a screen where every process is available as it is being done in the factory. That becomes a dashboard. Dashboard that displays information from all location functions in virtual real-time manner. And today, softwares are there which are bringing dashboard to this mobile. Very, very, very important. Then BI forms for advanced analytics such as data mining, predictive analytics, text mining, statistical, big data analytics. So someone did talk about big data analytics. So because the volume of data is huge, so that processing is needed. And just for example, like you search on Google, so there are 700 crore people on earth, and probably 10 crore people are going to use Google to search something daily. So these 10 crores people are going to type probably same search in 10 different ways. Okay. So then Google has to understand that even if the words are not in the same manner, but the intent is same, so that you see what exactly is the intention behind the words which have been typed on search button. So that is what data analytics and BI do. In many cases, though, advanced analytics projects are conducted, managed by a separate team of data scientists, statisticians, predictive modelers, and other skilled professionals, so that you can visualize, you can present what exactly is the idea behind whatever is being done. Now, business reporting and fundamentals of XBRL, Extensible Business Reporting Language. So extensible business reporting language, a specialized computer language to create business reporting. So why reporting? Decision making. Organization conduct a wide range of reporting, including financial, regulatory. This is in the latest is ESG, environmental, social, governance reporting or sustainability reporting, and increasingly integrated report. Organization communicate with their stakeholders about mission, vision, objective, strategy. I've made day before yesterday, I made you a request to you to start reading two things. First was financial daily. You have to read it daily because it's a financial daily. And second, start reading audited balance sheet of listed companies. They are available online, PDF. So when you start reading that, then you get the words mission, vision, objective, strategy. Governance arrangements, risk management. So you start. Consider those audited balance sheet as a part of syllabus, even if it is 300 pages. Read those 300 pages. You will learn a lot from that. Then trade-off between shorter and long-term strategies, financial, social, environmental performance, and how they fared against each other, because there could be complementary, supplementary, cross-functional issues which need to be catered to, which need to be balanced out. Employee welfare as a concept may be against higher profit. So you need to balance things out. Balance these things. So how you do it? Importance of business reporting for effective and transparent business reporting allows organization to present a cohesive explanation to business and help them engage with internal, external stakeholders. So quality of your reporting increases the trust in the organization. So all stakeholders start believing you. High quality reports promote better decision making. Agreed. Now coming to XBRL. Extensible business reporting language. So XBRL is open international standard for digital business managed by a global not-for-profit consortium, XBRL International. XBRL is used around the world in more than 50 countries. Millions of XBRL documents are being created, replacing paper-based documents. Now see, the core idea is standardization. We'll see. These communications are defined by metadata, that is data about data. Okay, set out in taxonomies. Taxonomies is definitions. What say for example, if I say staff welfare, what it represents. So across the globe, across the country, it will be same. Okay, which capture definition of individual reporting concepts as well as relationship between the concept and their semantic meaning. Semantic means logical meaning. When I say staff welfare, what I mean. So what category of expenditure will be part of staff welfare for all reports? Information being communicated, exchange is provided with XBRL instance, the way it has to be. The change from paper, PDF and HTML based report to XBRL1 is a little bit like changing film photography to digital. So you are basically digitizing the whole process of reporting to do all the things that used to be possible, but also opens up a range of new capabilities because the information is clearly defined, platform independent, testable and digital. Just like Digital Mac, digital business report in XBRL format simplify the way people can use, share, analyze and add value to data. What it does, it makes reporting accurate, efficient, unique tag with reporting facts. It increases the confidence that the information contained in XBRL format can be consumed and acted, and it has been accurately built. They test them against set of business logic rules to capture, avoid mistakes to do in a way that best suit their needs, the XBRL, including by using different languages, alternative currencies and their preferred style. So across the world, our reporting currencies, rupee, US has their dollar, England has pound, European Union will have euro. So whatever is the reporting currency, the frame remains standardized. To do so, confident that data provided to them conforms to a set of sophisticated predefined definitions. So whatever comes in XBRL, they're reasonably well and clearly defined. This is important. This is one of the most important process aspects for when you talk about XBRL. So XBRL tagging is a process by which financial data is tagged with the most appropriate element in an accounting taxonomy. A dictionary. Taxonomy is dictionary of accounting terms that best represents the data in addition to tag that facilitate identification, classification. Since all XBRL reports use the same taxonomy, numbers associated with same element are comparable. So it adds to comparability of reported data within companies. So intra-company, intercompany, inter-country also. Then comprehensive definitions and accurate data tags allow preparation, validation, publication, exchange, consumption and analysis of business information of all kinds. So that comparability is the key word. As reports based on XBRL standards are interchangeable, it allows for exchange of business information across reporting chain. People that want to report information, share information, publish performance information, and allows straight-through information processing as they all rely on XBRL. So it basically creates standardization, adds lot to comparability. Who uses? Regulators, companies, government, data providers, analysts, investors, and accountants. So regulators, security regulators, stock exchanges, business registrars, tax authorities, monetary policy authorities, they all keep a tag of X because this gives you trend, how things are going, how things are growing. Companies that need information that need to provide information to one or more regulator can do through XBRL. Enterprises that need to accurately move information within a complex group, they can move it very well through XBRL. Supply chain that needs to exchange information. We've talked about this purchase order, that whole integration. So if you have a standard way of communicating, that integration is increased. Government user that are simplifying the process of business reporting to government, reduce red tape by either harmonizing definitions or consolidating report. Government agencies that are improving government reporting by standardizing the way transactional consolidated reports are prepared. So standardizing is a key for all users. Data providers who provide data for performance, risk information into marketplace, create comparison, ratings, and other value-added information based on the data available. Analyst investors that need to understand the risk and performance, investors that need to compare potential investment. Accountants to support client. Clear definitions. So XBRL allows creation of reusable authoritative definitions called taxonomies. So I'm reading few lines only that capture meaning contained in all reporting terms used as business report as well as relationship between all the terms. So standardization. Testable business rules. XBRL allows creation of business rule that constrain what can be reported. Business rules can be logical, mathematical, or both. These business rules can be used to stop poor quality information being sent to regulator third party, stop poor quality information being accepted by regulator or third party, flagging or highlighting questionable information, allowing prompt follow-up, correction explanation, create ratios, aggregations, and other kind of value-added information based on fundamental data provided. So it creates comparability. It ensures that the data that is shared, sent is correct as per definition needed. Multilingual, we've talked about, can report in any language. Strong software, yes, it relies a lot on software. Then there are questions. XBRL mandatory for, yes, mandatory for defined companies. If you are you have the software, you can always read that, yes. Then applicable regulatory and compliance requirements. So general and specific compliance. Regulatory compliance and accounting system are closely connected with each other. There are two approaches for making compliance requiring accounting date. The idea is that when you're creating an accounting system, so your accounting system can only pure accounting system plus the one which has compliance built into it. Like the accounting software you use provides TDS return, GST returns, PF returns, then it becomes a compliance oriented accounting. So which one you want to have? So you can use same accounting software for accounting and tax compliance or a different accounting software. That is a distinction. I'll request you to read through. And then we have question answer session for today. MCQ will take. So ease of operation, features, facility, time, effort, accuracy, and cost. So pure accounting tax software compared to pure tax of tax. Okay. So yeah, we'll go to the MCQ now. Any questions? Allow me to bring the MCQ. Okay, so you are answering. Yeah, Darshan, the chance of that is higher because uh, you'll have to feed the data separately in taxation software. But if it is a merged software, so accounting data will be automated. So the chance of human error goes down. That is the issue. So this is question 1. Okay, the question number is not appearing, but for avoiding confusion, this is question 1. Yes. The answer is C. Okay. Good. Simple. This is question 2. Now you are answering question 2. One correct answer, I'll show it. Good. So question 2, the answer is B, centralized database. Great. Now question 3. Great. Question 4. Again, we'll have a 5-10 minutes extension today. Question 4. Okay, so the answer is there. I bring the next question. Question 5. So please answer question 5. The click of the mouse went wrong. Okay, question 5. Great. Statutory master. Good. Question 6. D. Great. Question 7. Take your time. No worry. B. Yes. 8. Okay. Production planning. Great. Question 9. B. And last question for the day. Question 10. Great. So that is closing chapter 2. We'll meet on Monday for chapter 3. Keep your questions ready. 30 seconds for any more questions you have. So chat score has crossed 250. Okay, so we are closing.